The Philippines reports its first deaths linked to the Omicron COVID variant. The fatalities were both over 60 years old, were vaccinated or unvaccinated, and had pre-existing medical conditions. One was from the National Capital Region, while the other was from the Central Luzon region. Nearly 500 new Omicron cases were also detected in the country. Of this number, 332 are local cases found mostly in Metro Manila, and 160 are returning overseas Filipinos. 3 patients are considered active, 467 have recovered, while the status of 20 others are still being verified.
The Philippines' COVID-19 death toll breaches 53,000. That's after the Health Department reported 82 additional fatalities on Wednesday. It also detected nearly 23,000 new infections, bringing the nationwide tally to 3,293,000. Daily cases have been declining since January 16, but the DOH says it cannot confirm yet whether the country has reached a peak.
Pero alam natin, ang daming gumagamit ngayon ng antigen test sa community, sa local government, and even at their homes. No? Alam din natin, marami rin sa ating kababayan chose not to have their tests anymore, but rather they isolated na lang. So ito po yung dalawang factors na tinitignan natin, malaking bagay. Sa ngayon, katulad ng sabi ko, it's still early for us to conclude that the cases are going down. Usually, we wait for 1 week to see really the trend.
The Philippines' drug regulator authorizes the commercial use of dozens of COVID-19 test kit brands. The Food and Drug Administration said its approval of the RT-PCR antigen and antibody rapid test kit brands follows the performance evaluation and recommendation of the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine, or RITM. Only health professionals are allowed to administer and interpret the test here in the Philippines.
The Philippine COVID-19 Task Force, meanwhile, says RT-PCR testing backlogs are expected to be resolved within the week. COVID-19 Task Force Deputy Chief Implementer Vince Dizon says those being tested are now getting the results faster compared to early this year when the surge began. Many patients who were exposed to the virus had to wait for at least 3 days to know their status.
Nung mga nakaraang linggo, umaabot ng 3-4 na araw ang paglabas ng resulta. Ngayon, 1.5 araw na lang lumalabas na on average. At minsan sa loob ng 24 hours. Kaya ngayon, mapapansin po natin, pataas na ng pataas ang ating testing output. Umaabot na tayo ng mahigit 8 a day at tataas pa yan in the coming days.
Several local governments in Metro Manila have begun handing out so-called care kits to residents who have had to quarantine due to COVID. That's while the Health Department is still finalizing a similar initiative announced by Secretary Francisco Duque III last week. The cities that have gone ahead with the distribution include Quezon City, Manila, and Makati, among others. Their home care kits have medicine, alcohol, vitamins, and thermometers, with some even having a pulse oximeter. Other LGUs are giving food packs as well.
Bigas po doon, may mga delata, may noodles, may cereal drinks, at the same time po may mga basic na gamot doon. Katulad po ng para sa allergy, sa ubo, sa lagnat, sa sipon. At the same time, nagbigay din po kami doon ng Bactidol at oximeter po. At saka po thermometer. May mga sheet po doon, guide, na parang sometimes sa lang i-self-monitor yung mga nararamdaman po nila.
Ngayon naka-focus tayo sa food pack saka sa mga vitamins and medicines. At yung iba naman, in-advise o binigyan ng prescription ng doktor para sa mga antiviral na medicine na kailangan nila tulad ng molnupiravir ay pwedeng mag-request at sa case officer niya naka-assign para sa mga COVID patients.
COVID-19 booster shots can now be availed at select pharmacies in Metro Manila starting today, Thursday. These vaccinations are free, but pre-registration is required in some drug stores. The Health Department assures the public personnel manning the vaccination sites and pharmacies underwent training.
Lahat po ng mga kasama natin, tinuruan natin, we guided them, we provided them the standards for a vaccination site.
The government plans to expand the initiative to other big cities in the country. It is also eyeing another mass vaccination drive within the first quarter of the year. The Philippines has fully vaccinated 56 million individuals, more than half the population, against COVID. Over 5.3 million have received a booster shot or an additional dose.
Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon slams Public Attorney Chief Persida Acosta over her refusal to get vaccinated for COVID-19. Drilon says the palace and the Justice Department should bar Acosta from physically reporting to work. Acosta previously admitted that she is unvaccinated. Drilon describes this as a slap on the government that has been restricting movement for Filipinos without the jabs. The PAO chief has been accused of damaging vaccine confidence in the Philippines. That's after she pursued charges on the controversial Dengvaxia vaccine in 2017.